Hey there, folks. Greg Shepard here, SNA Financial Services. I specialize in helping folks all over the country basically just make sense, unwind, simplify those oftentimes confusing TIAA accounts. We're dealing with folks in higher ed, nonprofits, medical professionals. Okay. Monday morning here in Kansas City, raining, and that really has nothing to do with anything that I'm going to speak about here other than the fact that I addressed some emails this morning and I had some time on my hands. But these emails, I'm seeing a pattern. Okay, so hang tight here. We're talking about illiquid contracts in TIAA. Emails this morning centered around, and other emails I've received, centering around you good folks out there watching a few of my videos, questioning some of the contracts that you have, finding out that a lot of your monies in TIAA Traditional are illiquid. Now, a lot of you folks out there, well, this is almost 101 for you, but other folks don't know this stuff. If you're watching these videos and you have no idea if your TIAA Traditional monies are in an illiquid or liquid contract, folks, you have to figure this stuff out before it becomes, I don't want to say too late, but in the case of these emails, these are cases where these folks are retiring, like in a couple months, I believe. 40 years. One was 40 years with TIAA, right? Obviously, a lot of their monies were in TIAA Traditional. Figured out that right before retirement that it's illiquid, and they can't get to it unless they, enact one of the strategies that are afforded to them within their contract. Okay. This has becoming more prevalent. At least you folks out there are reaching out to me when it comes to this type of scenario. So, also another I don't know, a story, I guess, scenario that I ran. The first time I ran across this was a number of years ago when I sat across the table from a lady that became a client, University of Missouri, down here in the kind of close to the Kansas City area, and sat across from her. I knew what was going to entail. She had like $1 million, been with TIAA for 40 years, and retiring. We're doing some planning, and I asked her. I said, "Hey, do you realize these monies are in the contract? It's illiquid." Had no idea, not a clue what I was talking about. Okay, and then we had to have that uncomfortable conversation around the illiquidity aspect of these TIAA Traditional monies, and actually the tears started flowing. It was a pretty emotional event. Man, she was not happy. Okay, so she called TIAA. Kind of a side note there. My point here to you good folks out there is you have to understand if you're in TIAA Traditional, the liquidity or illiquidity aspect of those monies in those separate those accounts. Okay, GSRA, GRA, RA, RC, RCP. Folks, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to educate yourself. If you are in those illiquid contracts, I urge you to put together a game plan as to how you're going to extract those monies at some point. Again, you have a few different options afforded to you. I'll also state that conversely, these illiquid contracts aren't necessarily bad. So what I mean by that is I dealt with a doctor here in the Kansas City area, Children's Mercy down the street. Obviously, they have TIAA. So, and he's 60, 62, something like that. His game plan is to work till 70-ish, something around there, okay? So we actually used these high rates that these illiquid contracts were presenting, and we dumped a bunch of money into that TIAA Traditional illiquid contract with the knowledge that we had a game plan as to how we're going to extract those monies upon retirement. Okay, so it can still make sense to utilize these illiquid contracts as long as you know what you're doing at the end, at retirement. Okay, now if you're looking to lifetime income annuity option, then that's fine. That's fine. This is really only speaking to those that aren't interested in that and that want liquidity with those monies. And maybe not all of those monies, but some of those monies, because you don't have to annuitize all those monies, by the way, okay? 50-50, whatever the ratio is, okay? So this serves as somewhat of a PSA, however you want to word that. Educate yourself, folks, on these types of contracts. You don't want it to back up on you as it has with other folks that are very intelligent people. Just you don't know what you don't know, right? You never took the time to educate yourself, okay? Take it for what it's worth, folks. Okay, Greg Shepard here, SNA Financial Services. If you want us to look over your situation, my information should be below, all right? Feel free to reach out to me. I'll see what I can do to help you out. All right, folks, Greg Shepard again, SNA. You all have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.